Welcome to the LarpCraft Myths and Legends system. My name's Artenin.
I'm Keldor Ironfoot.
This is Ronan.
And we're going to explain a little bit about Myths and Legends. It is a fantasy, medieval, live-action roleplay. And we use a low hit count system, but it does have magics, professions, classes, and a bunch of different races.
So in other words, it's high fantasy.
Right. But we use a very simplistic way to score engagements, and we probably half of the system is based on non-combat and the other half is based on combat when it comes to skills. So there's a lot to do whether you're a combat type of player or if you prefer to do crafting and professions and that sort of thing. We do have an economy in the system, copper, silver, and gold, as well as some other things for other colonies. Much like the armor in our system, magic has very quick and easy ways to tell what it does. So if you throw a magic spell, it hits for 1 or 2. It doesn't have a bunch of crazy numbers or ridiculous abilities that nobody can keep track of. Granted, there are a lot of things that can be done, but it's very easy to figure out from an engagement standpoint. We tried to build the system very diverse, but also easy to learn and quick to adapt to if you're coming in from another system. So with our armor system, it is a global count, but a local hit. So if I'm going to hit Keldor and he doesn't have anything on, he's still going to take the damage. Whereas if Ronan, who's very heavily armored, anywhere I hit him, he's going to count one of those hits. But if I get around his bracers or if I get underneath between his knees and the bottom of his chainmail, he still has to take the hit. So there's a lot of emphasis on skill of the combatant, and the armaments, we wanted it to be where armor had to physically be represented in order to be used. The way magic is kept track of and not overpowering the system is they have mana bands. So anybody who casts magic will use up their magic resources of mana bands, so that the way the magic doesn't overpower the melee combat. And it also builds in needs for the professions that rejuvenate those skills and those abilities. We have a great amount of new colonies coming in. Colonies are the fancy word for promoters, the people who host the events. Colonies get a protected area so that they can't have too many games in one area, which would cannibalize their own player base. And we have a elder section for the game admins, and then chief elders run those colonies. Each of those on the scrolls of LarpCraft have their own things where elders can vote on rule changes and that sort of thing. So we work collectively as an entire group that's worldwide to make the system better each and every year. Sometimes we take abilities out, we put them in, but what you're not going to find with LarpCraft is a rulebook that's 300 pages. We have pretty much the max amount of skills and abilities that you'll probably see in the system. Now, some will be taken out, some will be added in throughout the years, but
it'll remain balanced.
It will remain balanced, but not overwhelmingly so to the point where there's so many skills you couldn't keep track of it anyway. So we encourage you to come on into the scrolls, look at the rule book, find a race, a class, some skills and abilities that you would like. You can view it for free on the website. Character profiles are free as well. Membership is optional if you want it. There's some perks for it. And we're just building a huge community of live action roleplay. The other systems that we have in play are also on larpcraft.com. You'll see the tabs at the top of the screen for the other game sets. And we're continually developing new sets for players to use.
Which are still in development, but we're working hard on them every day.
Right. So if you have any questions on this or anything else in the system, write us a message under this video or post it in the scrolls of the online tracking system, and we'll be there to help you out. This has been Artenin,
Keldor Ironfoot,
and Ronan.
We'll see you in the games.
Yeah.
No. Armor?
Yeah.